Hola, buenos dias. It's Kai Pacha with the weekly Paleo report for November 6th of 2019 up here at Sierra Hot Springs. They won't let me take the camera by the hot springs, so I'm just going to have to do this one out in the woods, which are so beautiful. Anyway, this is like take 3 because I'm so mellowed out here that I blew the first 2 videos. Because Pisces, Moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune gets a little spacey. Anyway, Friday the moon goes into Aries. Stays in Aries, hits Chiron, squares Saturn and Pluto, over the weekend. And then on Sunday, she goes into Taurus and conjoins with Uranus over there, kaboomies, before coming into a full moon. Full moon at 19 degrees, 52 minutes of Taurus, opposite the Sun and Mercury. The Sun and Mercury will be conjunct all week long as retrograde Mercury comes around and passes over the Sun, and actually comes in between us and the Sun. Dun, 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 dun. Talk a little bit about what that means. Anyway, after that full moon, it's going to be pretty sharp. That is happening then. On Tuesday. And then, in addition to that, Mars is in sextile to Jupiter. Mercury and the Sun are sextile Pluto and Saturn. We've got these sextiles going on. Saturn is sextile Neptune, so the Sun and Mercury are trine and Neptune. I mean, we got a bunch of trines and sextiles. Woo, baby! Look at, here's a little altar full of some crystals out here in the woods. I wonder who's been out here. Looks like somebody's been doing ceremony or something. Let's check that out. Anyway, Venus is also, coming in there into Sagittarius, and she is going to be coming into square Neptune. But that's really not till next Thursday. I'll probably talk about that in next week's report. So this is a nice, beautiful shot. Those are some beautiful crystals. I don't know if you can tell on the video. All right, anyway, let me look at this thing and talk at you. All right, everybody. Well, like I said, with the moon in Pisces, squaring Venus, up there in Sag, conjuncting Neptune, I mean, it's a little on the lazy side today. You could get a little self-indulgent, have a little too much chocolate or cakes or sweets or something with the moon square Venus. But we're all gonna live. I mean, there aren't like these major, intense, heavy, hard aspects going on this week. I mean, it's a little bit of a time out, break time. It's kind of nice. Mars moving through Libra. Mars in Libra is non-confrontational, like let's just chill out and not fight about everything so much. I mean, we had the square to Saturn and Pluto last week, and I talked about that. But now, we've got a couple of weeks here before Mars goes into Scorpio. And in that couple of weeks, we've got these sextiles and these trines. By the 21st, the Sun is going to move out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. Venus and Jupiter in Sagittarius. December 2nd or 3rd, Jupiter's going to go into Capricorn. So I'm really seeing some nice aspects, some nice things going on here, where truths are revealed, shadow is revealed, it's brought to the surface. But I think that a lot of what we call wrongs could be righted. This is kind of a time where we can step back into integrity. We can kind of chill out a little bit, review with this retrograde Mercury our commitments, our objectives, our relationships, obviously our, beliefs and views and objectives form our relationships. And as we change our objectives and our goals and our values, we change relationships also. And this is what Scorpio and Taurus, this axis of the full moon, we have to understand. We had the new moon in Scorpio about a week ago, and now 2 weeks later, all right, next week on Tuesday, we're going to have this full moon in Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus and Scorpio is the survival axis, and it's a fixed axis. It wants to sustain, maintain, consolidate, like packing a snowball, boop, 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 boop. Let's get it tight. Let's get our relationship tight. Let's get our bank accounts tight. Let's get our, secure, tie down the ropes, hoist the sails and make sure those knots are nice and tight. Get it together, get it solid. This moon in Taurus is, it's really good energy, but like I say, Uranus is there. And, so we have these bumps in the road. And it's like Mars, a couple of weeks, Mars in Libra is going to be nice, I'm saying, okay? And then as soon as it goes into Scorpio, it's going to oppose Uranus. And bam, that is going to really bring in sudden, unexpected jolts, surprises, situations, conditions, financial and otherwise, that can kind of threaten our security. And this is also, a lot of the moon's nodes is in the security axis of Cancer, Capricorn. And then we've got this, so it's a lot of earth, water going on here. And, the earth and the water is the inner feminine worlds that are looking for something solid, something stable, something secure. And this is a time of change. So it can be disruptive. It can be disturbing when you want to attach or you want to settle down or you think that something is stable, and then up comes, a shock or surprise, an email, a bill in the mail or whatever, a phone call or something that just like, what? And so there is this going back and forth that is going to be going on. That's what kind of makes, this week's mantra, because this is not only for this time period of November, but going into December, and I gotta say, all through 2020, there is this energy of the roller coaster. And it's not a smooth, easy roller coaster. It's a jig-jag roller coaster that is jerking us up and down and all around. There's going to be good news. There's going to be bad news. There's going to be people that are succeeding. There's going to be people that are getting, failing or getting locked up or hidden away. There's going to be people advancing and expanding. It's really this, we're going to see a lot of opposites. The paradox is going to be hitting us in the face. And it's like, is this a good time or a bad time? Am I having a good time or a bad time? If I look over here, I'm having a good time, and if I look over at there, it's a bad time. It's a mixed bag that's coming up with this Jupiter Saturn. I mean, we're going to have plenty of time to talk about it in 2020, but like I say, it is coming up now. Jupiter is in the last final degrees of Sagittarius, conjuncting the galactic center and just really bringing in the truth, natural law, the truth. What? Speak of the truth, man. I come out here into the peaceful freaking woods, and what do I get but a tractor right in the middle of my Pele report? This is what I mean. Here you are. It's a freaking backhoe, man. It's like everything's cool, everything is wonderful, you know, and you're having a great time, and then a backhoe comes along in the middle of your video. Come on. Jeez. What are the chances? So, yeah, I think at the same time, the main emphasis of this full moon in Taurus and Scorpio is, like I said before, to go deep and find new sources of security, new sources of income, new ways, new values. And I really feel like I spoke about last week how Scorpio is like the death of this individual selfishness to give birth to the transpersonal, bigger, wider, broader view. And, Taurus is about my survival, and Scorpio is about we pooling our resources together, our ideas together, our influence and our power and our intelligence, weaving it together to, really go for and do something more. So what we could find is a little bit of a polarization happening this next week between, okay, should I just keep this for myself or should I share it? And should I cooperate and compromise with my business partner or my lover and go, deep in the relationship? Or do I need to step back, withdraw, look after my own assets and my own body and, just like really be concerned, careful, and cautious about my possessions, about my physical sexuality and my physical well-being, and just, so, Taurus is, about self-preservation. So there could be a little bit of this pull. Of course, the moon opposite Mercury is also always indicative of Mercury is my head and the moon is my feelings. And when they're polarized, it can be hard. My feelings are telling me to do this, and my head is logically saying I should do that. And of course, I'm going to go for the moon. I'm going to go for the intuitive, the gut, the feeling, the emotion. This is what really is going to, bring the full illumination of the situation. Yeah? So, with these rocky roads coming up through the rest of this month into all of 2020, as we come to this close of thousands of years of patriarchy, we just want to keep in mind that some things will get better and some things will get worse. Maintaining equanimity is now my deepest work. So we're going to find institutions, whether they're educational, governmental, financial, family, or whatever, just kind of crumbling and new ones wanting to sprout and emerge and rebellions wanting to, take over the, the dictators and the, whatever. And it's just, there's, within all of this win or lose and who's winning and who's losing and, who's getting all the money and who's losing their life or their money or whatever. It's just, with all of these polarizing forces, and people wanting you to join their team or join their side or join their religion or join their political party or look at things from their point of view. It's like this big grab that's going on, that the more people that think the way I do, the more right I am. So I want to become an influencer with all kinds of followers. and that makes me more right, and then I can be emotionally secure and stable knowing that I'm right, but maybe you're not. So we want to be careful of the influencers. We want to be careful of the teachers and the gurus and the politicians and the religious figures all trying to, get our attention and get our money and get our time and, have us follow them so that they, are bigger and better or whatever. It's just, the North Node is in Cancer. I mean, it is still until next May. The evolutionary path is to center ourselves within and maintain equanimity. Equanimity is balance, peace, peacefulness, happiness, joy, despite the tumbling or the rough road or the bumps or the lightning bolts or it's just like, I am in myself. I am in my center. I am self-sufficient, whether it's, PG&E, Mother Nature, the bank, or the taxes, it's like come into a place. It may require simplifying. It may require, shrinking or, cutting some of your liabilities. But, Taurus wants to pack that snowball. Wants to just, really get straight, simple, clean, solid, boom. No more worries, no more cares, right? So it is about coming in and finding this equanimity within ourselves, not needing a whole bunch of likes or subscribers or friends or money or, kudos or naming lights or, whatever, but just really becoming, yeah, this fountain of youth, this spring of joy and light in the world, a beacon. So this is the transformation that can be happening at this time as we just like really come into and solidify who we are, what we are about, the like-minded souls and beings that we are going to connect with, combine, with, join with, so that we can just really spread the new paradigm. Yeah. So some things will get better and some things will get worse. Maintaining equanimity is now my deepest work. May you go deep down within. Lower your center of gravity. Breathe all the way down into the belly. With the motorcycles or whatever, it's like the lower the center of gravity, the more you can lean into those turns. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.